So Chris Johnson here. I'm here at 203 Melrose. Look at 203 Melrose Avenue. Transalt. You see here, Transalt. They are pissed off. Transalt Riders Alliance. You have County here. Brooklyn Democratic Party here. They are pissed off. So Transalt. You have Openplans. Tri-State. You have everybody here. It is like these people are mad. There's a lot of people. It's a lot of people around here. They start yet. Thank God I got here a little early, a little late, a little early. I think. To be fair, I got here late. So we take some photos. You have Kevin LaChera here. Emily Gallagher, State Assembly member of the 50th District. This is her district. Hey, what's up, Emily? What's up? What's up, Emily? Yeah, Kevin LaChera here, organized with Transalt. Keep McGuiness safe. What's up, Emily? What's up, Emily here? There's a lot of Writers Guild people, street films. Yes. Tri-States over here. You know what I mean? People right outside Broadway stages.
Like huge physical manifestation of the ideology of that. Oh, totally. You'd expect us. Yeah. Also, just to like make go to suburbs and then to that a shared good. Yeah. Just like
So yeah, people didn't start yet, guys. You know, so I'm not live. I'm just gonna record it because something went wrong my live from my last one. So I'm not trying to risk losing content. Look at bikes. A lot of people, they bikes, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my personal capacity, so I mean, it's just. I'm in my personal. I'm not pressed right now. I'm personal capacity, so it's I'm cursing. I don't care. You know, it is what it is. You know, this is like a lost battle. This is my opinion. I'm not in my press capacity, so this is like a lost battle. NYPD. I'm gonna stay out the street. So this is like a lost battle here, everybody. This is a fact. This is lost to these guys. They have the right to rally. There's no cops here. I'm surprised. Usually, if it's something that controversial, it'd be a lot of cops here. But, it is what it is. So you have street films here.
We can play soccer at this time or whatever.
So they are. They have the right to fight. Like I say, you have a lot of people. I don't know what their backgrounds are, but this is real shit right here. Real shit going on. So people there have the right to rally. It's America, free country. You have the right to rally. You can do what you want. So outside Broadway stages, outside. So you have people across the street. They doing their thing. So take some pictures across the street. All right, so let's go back here. Yeah, street packs here, everybody. Street packs. The one that donate to these campaigns. If you want political support, you go to that guy right there. He runs street pack.
So his toes are on one side, his legs are on the other side of the
I'm in my personal capacity, so I can make my statements about this. It just whatever. I hear people angry as fuck, angry as Fezuk, you know, and they already be angry as Fezuk. You know what I'm saying? This is a little preview video. I'm just here, got a little late, so I'm trying to get some content. Yeah, a couple of chair there. You know, the infamous couple of chair. You know, some people here. Street films. Members of county here. They ain't playing around. County BK committee people here. Because one of their donors. That's the truth.
Okay, fine. But I like how we align
vaguely like center right.
City Hall rally. So let me see what this is about, guys. Take a photo of that? Take a quick photo. Like one. All right, cool. Thank you, brother. You're doing well, man. Doing good. I say to you, brother. Say to you, couple of chair there. Yeah. Street. I know your name, couple of chair. I know your name. Yeah.
What's your name?
Christopher. Hey, what's up? I say to you, brother. Yeah. Occupied. Yeah. Triple occupied. Yeah. Yeah. Triple occupied. So yeah, couple of chair there. Infamous. Everybody got to see. But they about to start their little rally now. I don't know what they're gonna do. This gonna be live streamed. So I'm in my personal capacity, everybody. So you gotta remember this, please. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. I'm sure there are other people. But there's two. That's where it needs to be, frankly.
Okay, everybody. Okay, everybody will gather around, come around, step on in, come a little bit closer together here. Thank you so much. Come on in, everybody. Come on in over there. Before we get started, I'm going to pass the mic to our Assembly member, Emily Gallagher, who's going to kick us off and get us started today. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming. We really appreciate you coming out. And I'm going to pass the mic to our Assembly member, who has been leading the fight on this since the very beginning. So, thank you, Emily.
Hey everybody, sorry I can't stay longer, but I just wanted to come and say hey to everyone and let you know that I still have great faith that good things are going to happen on McGuiness. I think we've done so much in the last 2 years. You all have really done incredible organizing and really, really good outreach, and everyone in the community is paying attention to this. So I think that, and now in the city are paying attention to it. So I think that we have made more progress during these last 2 years than in the 20 years before that in trying to get the street fixed. And, I'll also mention that we already got some safety improvements on the street done before any of this, right? The turn lanes, banning turns on certain streets, all that stuff was because of your organizing too, and because of your work. So we are actually moving in the right direction. I know right now it feels like a loss, but this is still a net gain for everybody, and we're going to keep fighting for this, and we're going to keep working together. And I think, we are going to be able to find some kind of solution. It won't be the what would have been like a case study in how to make a street safe. It won't be at that level this time, but history is long, and it takes a long time to get to that kind of place. I was kind of floored when that was even getting all of the votes, because it was such a dramatic change. I guarantee you that, well, I shouldn't guarantee anything, but I know that everybody is in agreement that something must happen that is a serious change to bring safety to the boulevard. So I'm just here to ask you not to give up and not to become angry or demoralized by this. This just takes a long time, and it is a difficult kind of work. And you have all been really, really admirable in it. And I'm so proud that I get to be in this community and that I get to represent you. And I know that you have my back when I take risks in Albany, and I'm so proud and have your back taking a risk here at home. So thank you very much. And please do not give up.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you very much. Folks, so we want to kind of start the program today with a moment of silence for some of our neighbors, some of their names that we've lost on McGuiness Boulevard. So I'd like to read out some of those names that we know, but with the knowledge that there are so many names that we don't know over the course of these past 70 years. So I'm going to read those names, and we'll take a moment of silence for all those people. Jimmy Battaglia, John Center, John O'Neill, Mary Phillips, Lucy McElhern, Stella Mahler, Richard Ivaskovitz, Liz Byrne, Maria Pitkevich, Solange Ralston, Neil Chamberlain, Nicole Detweiler, Liam Nahn, and Matthew Jensen. Let's take a moment of silence for them now. Thank you, folks. And before we get started, you know, and we kind of build this as a community speak out, so we want to be hearing from members of the community about this, and we have a couple of our elected officials here and some staff from our elected offices. But I want to do something that we've talked a bit about. We used to do this back in McCarran during the uprising and the gathering, which is that, you know, this is a movement and work that belongs to so many of us here in this community. There are hundreds of people that have participated in this over the course of the past 2 years. And the work that is coming, the work that is ahead of us, is going to be collective work, right? You know, what we're here doing is standing in solidarity. We're going to work together. We're not going to give up. And so, you know, that is getting to know our neighbors. That is really important work. So I want to ask everybody here to do something now. We're going to take 2 minutes. And I want you to look around and look for someone that you did not come with, someone you don't know. And we're gonna, for the next 2 minutes, go ahead and introduce yourself to somebody and tell them what brought you here. What brought you here today? I know that's a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit difficult. So I'm going to ask Dan to go ahead and lead everybody by example and find somebody first. Thank you, Dan. But go ahead and do that. We're going to do 2 minutes, but I think that's important. Thank you.
So, 2-minute break. You know, State Senator Kristen Gonzalez here. You know, there's a lot of people here, and I'm in my personal capacity, so I mean, I can make my opinion. So, but I'm here to cover it. You know, 2-minute break. You know, like I said, people have the right to rally. You know, just what it is. You know, it's America. You know, a decent amount of people here right now. You know, people have the right to rally. Like I said, it's America. It's a free country. You know, much as, you know, this could be it's a controversial subject matter. People have the right to rally. You know? Sorry about that, brother. So yeah, as you see, a decent amount of people, Tri-State, Openplans, transportation alternatives. So a lot of organizations make McGuiness safe. There's a lot of organizations here, you know. So it's America. We have to
if everybody starts calling him, like asking if he has any influence with Mayor Lewis Martin.
Two-minute break. So see here, we outside Broadway stages. Broadway stages location.
Okay, folks, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can pick up all of our conversations at the Palace after the speak out. And we're going to hear from everybody as we go through the rest of the speak out. So thank you so much. Folks, this is what it's all about, and this is a muscle that we have to exercise in order to keep it strong. So thank you, everybody, for doing that. I'm going to say a couple words, and then I'm going to pass the mic to our state senator, Kristen Gonzalez, who's here. Thank you, Kristen. And thank you, Emily, again. Thank you, Emily. I want to speak a little bit about why we are here. 2 years ago, this community suffered a tremendous loss. Greenpoint was fortunate enough to have not only a teacher, but a neighbor and a friend in Matthew Jensen. And his life and example inspired bravery and commitment in others, in parents and students of PS 110 who are asking for something better. Because though Matt's was the last death this community has suffered on McGuiness Boulevard, it was not the first. In 1956, 3-year-old Jimmy Battaglia from Eckford Street was hit and killed on the boulevard. He was killed while the neighborhood was waiting for the results of a traffic study in response to their demand for a traffic light at the base of the Pulaski Bridge. This story has repeated itself over and over again here in Greenpoint. We lose a neighbor, we are told we must wait for any action to be taken, and maybe, just maybe, some small change is made. And the work of the past 2 years has been to reject that reality and to say that Greenpoint deserves better and that we deserve better. I want to speak a little bit about what we've done. 2 years ago, when this work began, Emily Gallagher stepped up to the plate and with us and for us secured $40 million to finally break that cycle. Yes. And what we were asking for was nothing less than a comprehensive redesign of McGuiness Boulevard. And we've done the work. The road diet plan, the removal of northbound and southbound car travel lanes, the mayor's plan has the support of a resounding majority. Every one of our elected officials, Lincoln Ressler, Jennifer Gutierrez, Julia Salazar, Kristen Gonzalez, Emily Gallagher, Antonio Reynoso, Jemani Williams, Brad Lander, and Nydia Velasquez. Many, many community organizations. Yeah, let's hear it for them. Let's hear it for them. Yes. So many of our community organizations. 101 local businesses, 90% of which are within 1,000 feet of McGuiness. And as of this evening, nearly 6,700 neighbors, 72% of which are from Greenpoint or Williamsburg. Yes. And this wasn't easy work. This was the result of thousands of conversations, dozens of meetings, a tremendous amount of work from truly hundreds of people. It wasn't easy work, but it had to be done. It had to be done because we know the stakes. We know it is our lives and the lives of our families and our neighbors and our friends that are on the line. I want to speak a little bit about where we are, which is on the steps of Broadway stages. We don't want to be here, but we are. For 2 years, we have done everything that we were supposed to do. We've engaged with the process. We've exhaustively built a consensus plan that balanced the needs of everyone in our community, of cyclists and pedestrians, residents of McGuiness Boulevard, local businesses, even parking and drivers. But that is not what Broadway Stages did. After the clock had run out and we were promised a change and a safe McGuiness Boulevard, they said no. They rejected the good faith and democratic process that we have all been working so hard to achieve these past 2 years and spent at least $100,000 trying to sabotage it. They have sabotaged it. They took that rot and that corruption all the way to our mayor and to our city hall. And one of the mayor's advisors sided with them and lied to the mayor. She told him that none of the businesses here support this, that you don't support this, that the only people that support this are outsiders. It's a lie. It's just a flat out lie, and it's a lie motivated by money and power and greed. And we are here tonight to tell the mayor that Greenpoint needs him to make good on his promise and to implement his plan to make McGuiness safe. That is what we want. That is what we need. I want to speak a little bit about what comes next. We've all come here today because we believe in this. Our solidarity is the only thing that will get us through, the only thing that will deliver a safe street. 2 days ago, getting this news was like a gut punch. But looking around at all of you, what I feel is hope. And I hope that you feel that same hope. I hope that you know that we are going to win this. We need all of you to do it. We have 2 canvases this weekend, this Saturday and this Sunday in McGuiness Park. Yafim, if you'll raise your hand, Yafim right over here, has a sign-up sheet. Please go to him and sign up. Please come and volunteer. Please DM us. Please come out. This Thursday, July 13th, we are going to rally at City Hall. Greenpoint is going to City Hall, and we're going to tell the mayor what we want, loud and clear. We're going to show the city what Greenpoint needs, loud and clear. If we have to continue, we will continue these actions weekly until McGuiness is made safe. We cannot lose hope and we cannot give up. We aren't going to. We are going to make McGuiness safe. We are. We're going to do that together. We're going to do it together. I want to pass the mic now to our state senator, Kristen Gonzalez. When she first started running for office in this district, one of the first things that we talked about was McGuiness Boulevard and the importance of it and what it means to her, and what street safety means to her. So I want everybody to thank her for coming out here today, and we're going to pass her the mic, and we're going to hear from her. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having me. I wanted to also just thank the organizers tonight because I know it's hard. Let's give them a round of applause. And we've had this conversation. We've been up here so many times, and I feel like we've heard again and again, as Kevin said, all of the arguments. We know this is good policy. We know we've done the work. We know that there is no comprehensible reason for why, other than greed and power being threatened, for why this plan hasn't already gone through after years of organizing. And in coming today, I was, as Kevin also mentioned, I also have been, as I'm sure you all have too, been frustrated. And it's easy to get into a place of despair. And I was talking to some of my colleagues earlier today and telling them about this, telling them that yet again, we have a powerful family using their money and influence to have political access to an administration that doesn't represent us, doesn't represent our values, and adding another roadblock to what this community so desperately wants and needs. And it was interesting because, in telling this story and explaining it to my colleagues, they paused and they looked at me and they said, well, that's been the entire story of not only like you, but your movement. That's the story of your district. That's what we've been doing for years. And it put it into perspective for me, because whenever, in every fight, we get a little bit closer to the change that we want, the rich, the powerful, and the same political machines immediately act to stop us. And so having this happen is, as you heard from Assemblymember Gallagher, it's a sign that we're getting closer. But it's also a fight that we have fought here in Greenpoint and won before. We have won things here in Greenpoint. We have won not only infrastructure to protect bike lanes here before, but we've won on parks, we've won on our waterfront, we've won on climate. And giving that perspective, really reminds me that this is actually, unfortunately, part of the process. It's unfortunately normal in these situations. But it also reminds me that with every single one of you, we have what we need to win, and we will win on this. I believe it. As long as we don't let them get our spirits down, as long as we reject their lies, as long as we talk to our neighbors, we will ensure that our movement not only sustains itself, but it grows and it thrives. And as a state senator for 3 boroughs, I spend most of my days going to, all 3 boroughs. And I also get to bring in a little bit added perspective too, because, we talk about traffic violence in every part of District 59. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that we've had deaths in Astoria. We recently had a death in Stuytown in Manhattan. And I'm definitely tired of showing up when my neighbors pass away. I am beyond, and I am so disappointed at this mayor in so many ways. But when I talk to organizers and constituents in all parts of this district, they actually look to Greenpoint. They say, we want to be as organized and as powerful as the people here. And I say that, and I offer that because while we're in the weeds here, I want to remind you that we're also setting an example that matters for Queens, that matters for Manhattan, but matters for the entire city. That it's bigger than just this one fight and this one project. That every time we do this, we are inspiring people we haven't even met. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for inspiring. And I am so, so grateful to be in this fight with all of you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Let's give it for Kristen. Let's give it up for Kristen Gonzalez, our state senator. We are so lucky to have elected officials here in this community that get it when it comes to street safety and that have our backs and that stand with us. That is so vital and so important. One of those officials is our city council member, Lincoln Ressler, who has been steadfast in this fight. He is not able to make it here tonight, but his chief of staff, Mariana Alexander, is here and is going to speak. Thank you, Mariana. Let's give it to Mariana.
Hi everyone, I'm Mariana. As Kevin said, I'm Lincoln Ressler's chief of staff, and he's very sorry he couldn't be here tonight, but I wanted to be here to make sure that you all know that we are 100% behind you. I know that this has been a long fight, and I know that the fight for change is never straightforward, and as the senator and assembly member said, all the challenges we've seen these last weeks are to be expected. But at the end of the day, we can talk about money, we can talk about political influence, it's people that matter. People are going to make the difference, and the people of Greenpoint are with us. And the administration is going to hear that. So we're in constant communication with our friends in DOT and our friends in City Hall, and we're hopeful that we'll find a path forward here. But at the end of the day, this plan is about safety, and we can't compromise on that. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for having me. We're here to support.
Thank you very much, everybody. Let's just watch our backs here. Look out for our neighbors, watch our backs. All right, great. Okay, everybody. Yeah, and so now basically what we'd like to do is our community speak out. So we'd like to have the mic and pass the mic to all of you. So I want to start with one of our neighbors, Randy Locklear, one of our really amazing neighbors here in Greenpoint, a PS110 parent who's been in this fight since the very beginning. So I'm going to pass it to Randy. Thank you, Randy.
It's a little heavy. It's a heavy.
It is a little heavy. Thanks, Kevin, for everything that you do for this neighborhood. He deserves more than even a round of applause. And I want to recognize Bronwyn Breitner, too, the person who started all this. Yes, Montana parents, and they're one of the big reasons why we're all here. We'll never give up this fight, and I hope none of you will ever give up on this fight. It's hard not to be pissed off, though. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at the suggestion that this isn't something that the community wants. When we are all out here and we are all marching down McGuiness Boulevard with our families, with our kids, and some people who run a business with money can have their opinion, taken over the actual community outreach that's happening. So be pissed off, but keep fighting, keep coming out. We're not gonna be silenced by this. We will keep this battle raging, and we will win. Thanks everybody for being here today.
Thank you, Randy. I want to call up another one of our neighbors from McGuiness Boulevard who had reached out to me about, I guess it was a year and a half ago, and had told me that he really appreciated all the work that we were doing because just that previous evening he was riding a bike on McGuiness Boulevard and had to throw himself into the median because he was nearly hit and killed by a car. So I want to call up our neighbor Cole Kennedy to talk to us about McGuiness and his experiences. Thank you so much, Cole.
No, I mean, Kevin told it, but it's unfortunately a really common and, almost everyday occurrence. So it's like everyone's got a story about how they almost got hit or killed or were scared or something on McGuiness. And it's because the design of the road as it is puts cars first. It's got 2 lanes. It asks people to drive. It begs people to drive. And it is a zero-sum game. The design of the street asks people to drive, and we need to live in a city where more people are walking, more people are biking, more people are taking the bus. Because it's just, cars take up too much space, they're inefficient, they create traffic, they are polluting our planet and our city, and they're killing people. And it's that simple. Like, the street is made to kill, it's made to pollute, and we need to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Cole. That's an important thing, right? McGuiness Boulevard is acting the way it was designed to act. It's designed to take traffic. It's designed to facilitate speeding. It's doing what it was designed to do. We can make a choice, and we can ask that it be redesigned, and that's what we're asking to do. I want to call up another one of our neighbors, Benji Lampel, who's really a tremendous organizer in our community with Open Streets and so much great work. So Benji, come on up, Benji. Who here wanted to be here tonight? Who here is really pissed off that they have to be here tonight? Me too. The Keep McGuiness Moving campaign says that they want compromise. I read the only self-help book that ever helped me had 2 things to say about compromise, that there's 2 kinds. The first kind is nobody gets what they want. The second kind is everyone gets what they want. It seems like they say they want safety improvements. Seems like we don't have to compromise. We already want the same thing. So I don't know what the deal is. It seems pretty simple to me. I also hear a lot about how there's going to be more traffic in the neighborhood. There's already going to be more traffic in the neighborhood. We have more people coming into the neighborhood. They're going to bring their cars. There's going to be more traffic. There's only one way that you get rid of traffic, and it's to get rid of cars. Some people might say, oh, we should have another lane. When I
lane, whose houses do we tear down? We already tore down houses to make McGuiness. So I think getting rid of one lane, not such a big deal. It's the only way to keep traffic reasonable here. If we wait 5 years to do anything, traffic's going to get worse anyway. So we can either do nothing, which is what the Keep McGuiness campaign seems to want to do, let people keep dying, let the traffic keep getting worse, or we can actually fucking do something. So let's do something.
Thank you, Benji. Thank you, Benji. I want to pass the mic to our Greenpoint neighbor, John Orcutt, who's just a tremendous organizer, who's been working on bike lanes in New York City for a long time. So, John, will you step up and say a couple words to folks? Thank you, John.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for all of you guys for being out here once again. Let's make sure we all make it to City Hall next week, because these guys, whatever, there's always going to be people like this. This is on the mayor, Mayor Eric Adams. Screwed this up. He's going to keep the avenue dangerous, and it's not okay, right? There is not a city in the world where we have gotten to streets for people, streets that are bike friendly, where the mayor didn't get behind it and make city government all pull in that direction. We don't have that today. Right now we have people pulling the rug out from under their own departments. We have staff in those departments leaking details of meetings to places like Streets Blog and the city to show how disgusted they are on the inside. It's not a good model. So just keep in mind, we won't have to do this when we get a mayor who is with us. We still have never had that in New York. And it's time to get that. So keep that in mind in terms of your political action and your work over the next couple of years.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I want to pass the mic to a neighbor, Luna Rojas, who has been out here canvassing with us these past 2 months in the hot, sweaty soup of June and July. So, Luna.
Hi, everybody. So good to see so many friendly faces out tonight. Definitely everyone's really sad to still be out here, but it's just the initial wave of problem, and we'll get past it. I think the main point of me being out here is to tell myself and to my neighbors and everyone else that Greenpoint isn't a wasteland. It's a community neighborhood where everyone deserves to be safe and deserves to walk safely, cycle safely, and also drive safely. No one wants to hit someone in a car. That's awful. It's as simple as biking down McGuiness with my partner, and the fear and the anxiety in their voice and in their eyes, should we continue down on McGuiness? It's the best route home, but maybe we should take a detour because we don't want to get killed tonight. We don't want to get hit. No matter how safe and cautious as we can be as pedestrians and cyclists, the current existence of McGuiness now, it doesn't work for this neighborhood anymore. So let's keep on fighting to change it.
Thank you, Luna. Join Luna and I tomorrow and Sunday in McGullrick Park. Yeah. All right. I want to call up a friend of ours, a neighbor who helped us lead the community bike ride a couple weeks ago, NYC Bike and Brew. We had a 250-person community bike ride through Greenpoint and on McGuiness Boulevard. So our neighbor, Justin Johnstone, let's give it up for Justin.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Justin Johnstone. I want to raise of hands. How many people came to that community bike ride a couple weeks ago?
That was sick.
It was fun, right? So I don't think that we should. You need 250 people to feel safe on McGuiness Boulevard. That's not really sustainable. What is sustainable is good urban design that allows for safe and comfortable cycling down McGuiness Boulevard. I see it time and time again. There's a lot of space dedicated to vehicles in this city, and I don't know what more I could say about it. We need more space dedicated to cyclists, and if I can be a representation for cyclists everywhere, I think it's a shame that they're taking away spaces for more cycling. I was really stoked to be able to head towards the Pulaski, to go over the Pulaski Bridge without having to do all these roundabout ways to circumvent McGuiness, because nobody in their right mind would like to bike down McGuiness Boulevard. And I'm sure everybody can sort of feel that sentiment. So please, yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming out and representing, and continuing to put in the hard work to make the positive change that this neighborhood needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate all the work that you do and for these social rides in the city, which make people feel safe and comfortable riding, which is so important. I want to call up our neighbor, Nina Chinelli, our Greenpoint neighbor and PS 110 parent, one of the best, who has helped to lead the Bike to School events that PS 110 has been doing over the course of the past year and a half. Talking about having people feel safe, kids riding to school, having that experience is so tremendously important. So Nina, and the work of the Safe Streets Committee at PS 110. So Nina.
Can you hear me? Okay, yes. Good. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Hi, I'm here tonight because I am really upset. I'm upset because I feel like the mayor got it kind of wrong. We all actually live here and we're residents here, so that someone told him that we were not residents here who wanted this plan, that doesn't sound correct to me. I live here, I'm a parent here, I walk here, I bike here, and all of those things, and I drive here, and I take the subway. I take the subway too. And I guess the thing is that we all want to cross, all of us. If we have children, if we have elderly parents, if we have neighbors that need help, the idea that it is not a safe space, and that he went back on this is utterly, there's no word for it, because it's wrong. It's wrong what he did for us. So we will keep going, and we will keep fighting, and we will keep writing, and we will keep calling, and all the things that we've done before. So thank you. And I just want to say that PS 110 is 100% behind this. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. Is this working for me?
What's on?
Okay, here we go. I'm Austin Faird. I'm actually on the community board, on the transportation subcommittee even. We voted the last meeting that we had. There was even a vote. There was a call for a vote for there to be a moratorium on this. Not that the community board could actually issue that, but we voted against it in the transportation committee. I want y'all to know that the transportation committee voted against halting this in the most recent meeting that we had on that. Another thing I just wanted to say, the community process was lengthy to get to the plan that we have, and the plan that was settled on is not just one that it's going to benefit the cyclists, the walkers in this neighborhood, but it's also the plan that preserves the most parking, which was the overwhelming community request. This was something that they really wanted. The drivers really wanted. I'm actually a driver too. I drove here, a work vehicle. It's really just that's mostly what I have to say. Thanks, y'all. The next person I'm going to call up is Carrie Whitkin.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that I was really flattered, encouraged, motivated by what Senator Gonzalez said about Greenpoint being an example of organizing. I really feel it that we have all the ingredients here to get some really difficult stuff done and necessary changes done that'll be an example and a roadmap for other communities, other parts of this neighborhood. So I'm excited to continue. I think we have it all. We have what we need. And everyone just needs to show up and show that to the mayor on Thursday. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Carrie. I want to welcome up another volunteer of ours for the Make McGuiness Safe campaign, Megan Walsh, who has been so tremendous. We're so grateful to Megan. Megan, come on up. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Megan Walsh. Nice O's hat in the front here. I lived on McGuiness for 4 years, right across from the elementary school. My first summer here, a bicyclist was hit and killed on Norman and McGuiness, which said to me that biking in New York was not safe. I have seen, the cameras be turned on at night, and I can tell you that it doesn't stop people from speeding, because I saw that flash go off every single night for years. I've seen people almost get hit. I've seen people get hit. I've seen the amount of traffic backup caused when kids just need to cross the street safely to get home from school. And I owned a car in New York. I don't anymore, but as a driver, a bicyclist, a community member, a walker, I just want to see safe streets, and I'll be there next Thursday. No, I'm done. No, I'm wrapped up.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Thank you, Megan. I want to call up another person, Lisa J. Cox, another resident of McGuiness Boulevard and a local parent from PS34. And we're really grateful to Lisa's work at PS34 and advocacy around this campaign, again, since the very beginning. So, Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Here we are again. Looking around, I'm so grateful to see so many familiar faces from the middle of the pandemic, when we went on many, many Zoom calls, having conversations around this and organizing. Thank you for coming out once again. And thank you to the new voices and new faces who are here for the first time, who are standing up for this issue now. Our movement has been growing steadily for 2 years. We crossed the 2-year mark of Matthew Jensen's death just a couple months ago. And that saddens me, because here we are, still waiting for the improvements that we were promised 2 years ago. But it also gives me hope, because I see my community coming out today, all of you, to fight for what we want. And special interests and greedy people and groups that are going to have benefits in their own pockets and ignore community members will not stay here the way that we will stay here and continue this fight for as long as is necessary. So, as much as I wish we weren't having to do this once again, it also makes me happy that so many people are willing to do this for each other, for ourselves, for our kids. And the last thing I want to say is, I'm here, and there are only a few kids here, but we have 400 kids that go to PS34 on McGuiness and cross that street on a daily basis that are at risk with their families, with their loved ones, with their brothers, their sisters, the strollers, their bikes, sometimes their cars. And this is a major danger. I don't want to hear what you have to say. If you want to turn, you wait your turn. Our kids are worth this. Our neighbors are worth this. And we are standing strong together with thousands of signatures. And we will stand strong even if 1 or 2 people want to use their money and their influence to try to undermine us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And I think that it's important to talk about this a little bit, right? I mean, way that this has been painted, whether that is for the mayor or by some folks in the media, is that this is some outside entity that is doing this. And I mean, I just think that when you look around, and you've heard from these people today, I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the people that have been involved in this campaign and that care about this. This is a plan that balances all of the needs of our community. It balances the needs of our neighbors. What it does first is say that safe streets are a necessity. That has always been the case on McGuiness Boulevard. It has always been the case. I grew up right down the block from here. I grew up on Meserole Avenue between Diamond and Newell. And my great-grandmother's house was knocked down in the first place to build McGuiness Boulevard. And my dad, when I was growing up here in Greenpoint, and this is the story of so many parents that raise children in this neighborhood, my dad used to wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, having had the same nightmare over and over again, which was that I ran out of the house and I was hit and killed on the boulevard, right? That is the reality. When we started this work 2 years ago, that was what we heard again and again and again from parents in this community that were grappling with explaining to their children that the teacher that had been the rock of their school throughout COVID, throughout the pandemic, had been hit and killed the night before, right? And so I think let's make no mistake that this is for the safety of everyone in our neighborhood, and it balances all of those needs, right? McGuiness Boulevard is able to do something for this movement that very few other streets can do. Because it is so wide, we do not have to choose between parking and bike lanes. We are able to keep parking for residents. We're able to keep parking for the people that live on McGuiness Boulevard. We can daylight the intersections so that people can see where they're going, and the cars can see them as they're approaching the intersection. We can add loading zones for local businesses, right? And all that we are asking in exchange is that a commuter that is taking a 90-second shortcut through Greenpoint stays on the outer highway, right? This prioritizes local traffic, it prioritizes local business, it prioritizes local residents, and it prioritizes street safety. It will save lives, right? The reality on McGuiness Boulevard is untenable. There is a crash every other day. There's an injury once a week. That is the reality that we are living with. That is the reality that all of us are living with, whether you support this plan or you don't support this plan, right? That is the reality. And we have the power to change it. We have, over the course of the past 2 years, made the argument and changed it. What we need now is for the city to make good on that promise. So, we are not here to fight with our neighbors. We're not here to, do that, right? We're here to say that we have been working for 2 years tirelessly to make this argument. And when we actually get down to those conversations that we've been having in the park, those conversations that Luna's been having, that I've been having, that so many of us have been having, ultimately what happens is someone will come into these conversations dead set against this plan. And they will leave that conversation finding something that they can identify with and that matters to them and that makes sense to them, even if they don't agree with the whole plan, right? That is critical and so important. And I think so important about how we conduct ourselves and how we proceed going forward here. There are people that want us to fight. There are people that want us divided. There are people that want to catastrophize about what this plan will mean. And we know that it's not true, right? We have done the work. We are doing the work. We're going to continue to do the work. And what we're going to get for it is a safer street for everyone in our neighborhood. So that's where we're at. It's important, I think, when we have these types of interactions to say that and to say it clearly and honestly. So, that's it. I want to open it up now. I know there's a number of folks that had said they wanted to speak or that that have been a part of this work, but I want to open it up if anybody else feels so called to come on up and if you want to be brave and say a few words, we would love to have you come on up. So usually just takes one person and then folks will come. But if not, that's okay too. But if, there's got to be at least one or two other people that like to come. Sure, yeah, absolutely. What's your name? Nathan. All right, Nathan, everybody. Let's give it up for Nathan, the first one.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for coming. I really appreciate everyone being out here. I just wanted to briefly add on to what I believe was John said about the mayoral election. because to get effective change, you do need power. And so I just want to encourage everyone to organize. And if you're not a member of an organization, whether it's local or otherwise, I think it would be a great idea to organize. And that's all I want to say.
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, and like I said, there's many wonderful organizations here in the community, and including Make McGuiness Safe, and we're going to be doing the work, and we'd love to have you. So we need you. Anybody else?
I'll be brave.
You'll be brave. All right. All right, Katie.
How do I do this?
Just pull the trigger tight, and you just speak right into there.
Like this?
Just like that.
Hi, my name is Katie. I live on McGuiness Boulevard. I've lived here for 5 years, but they're right, I am an outsider because I'm actually from Staten Island, where Broadway stages bribed Bill de Blasio in 2017. Look it up. So I guess this problem is just following me. I don't work for Big Schwinn. I don't even know how to ride a bike, but I really feel strongly about this. And to be honest, I never even thought it was possible. I wasn't inspired by the fear about McGuiness Boulevard because I didn't think that it could ever change. I was inspired by this movement. I was inspired by watching things on social media, by watching the Argentos with hired bodyguards. That really changed things for me. And this has been on my mind every day ever since, and I've been talking about it at every party I've been to, and it was Pride last month, so there were a lot of them. So I just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for inspiring me.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. That's inspiring to us. It's inspiring to me. All right, anybody else? At least 2 more before Solomon's got to buy me a couple drinks at the Palace. Anybody else? Maybe Solomon.
I know, no one can tell.
Okay. Oh, yeah, come on up. Corey. Let's give it up for Corey.
Pull the trigger. It's heavy. It's heavier than it looks.
It is heavier than it looks. Hey guys, I'm Corey Hannigan with Tri-State Transportation Campaign. Unfortunately, I'm not a local. I do live in Woodside though. So I just want to speak up for folks that don't live in Greenpoint, but who cycle into Brooklyn. This is how we all get here, you know? And I'm so tired of having to think, is it safe for me to take, McGuiness to the Greenpoint Bridge or to the Pulaski? I mean, we have a road network that's supposed to move people through the city, and we shouldn't be risking our lives doing it. So I don't understand why so-called locals who are getting, trucks coming in from out of town matter more than local New Yorkers who are trying to just get to see their friends.
Thank you, Corey. Really appreciate that. And that's the truth, right? I mean, this matters to folks that are to the south of us and to the north of us, right? McGuiness Boulevard is a main route, right? It's a main route for everybody. It's the most direct route through our community, and it should reflect the needs of everyone in our community. All right, anybody else? Maybe one more person. Close us out. No pressure. Yeah, all right, come on over. Come on over. All right, Thomas.
Pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger.
And speak right into the...
Hi, I'm Thomas. I live over on West Street, but I used to live, more by McGuiness. I haven't been to a lot of these things because I work in nightlife, so I'm not allowed to come to the meetings because they're not really scheduled for people on my schedule. But I just want to emphasize, as someone who regularly gets home at 3 a.m. or later because I'm going out to work, McGuiness at night is even more unsafe than it is during the day. When there isn't congestion to keep those cars down, those lanes are so wide, it's horrific. And I know I speak for everyone else I know in the hospitality industry. All the bartenders and servers who I'm friends with, are on the same page that we need street safety so that the workers can get home safe, so the customers can get home safe. And yeah, I just wanted to know, there's a large untapped group who can't come to the meetings because they're at a different time.
Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something